All right, today's video is around the Austin real estate market. Most recent numbers for the month of January 2023. So much to talk about. Should I buy right now? Should I sell right now? We're gonna take a look at all of the numbers and stay tuned till the end for the summary of where the market's going in the first quarter of 2023. Let's jump in. All right, so the Austin real estate market has just had schizophrenia the last several months. We've seen large chunks of depreciation. We've seen the market stabilize for periods of 60 days or so. And so that's exactly what we've seen in the month of January 2023 is more of craziness. We see in the county of Travis, a median sold price point in the Travis County for $499,000. In the month of December, it was $520,000. That's a 4% depreciation rate in just 30 days, while in the Williamson County area, the market has continued to stabilize. Last month it was $439,000. This month it's $437,500. So yes, a little nudge downward, but the Williamson County has continued its rate of stabilization from the previous months, where November also was $439,000. And so we've got approximately 90 days of the market value staying still in Williamson County, while in Travis County, 4% in 1 month, 1% the month before that, another 4 or 5% the month before that. So Travis County has just been trudging downwards since the month of May 2022. We're down 24%, including the month of January in Travis County. While in Williamson County, because we've seen several months of stagnation, just the market kind of hanging tight and stabilizing, we've been down 14% since the month of May in 2022. So it's really quite weird as far as what's going on with the market. And depending on where you're at, how much depreciation you're really suffering. So let's take a look at a few more numbers in Travis and Williamson County that tell a little bit more of the story, and then ultimately whether or not you really should buy or sell right now. And I'll rub the crystal ball, so stay tuned to the end. And hey, oh, by the way, subscribe now, because that really means so much to me to continue to be motivated to give you guys the inside market information that you're getting that you can't get anywhere else. Okay, so for Travis County, I'm looking at numbers of closed sales in the month of January, 749. That's down 200 homes since December. Now in Williamson County, we sold 556 homes in the month of January, down 400 homes from the month of December. Now that's pretty interesting, considering that the pending sales are actually up 300 homes from the prior month for Travis County, and up 300 homes in Williamson County. So while closed sales are going down, pendings are going up. And we have this weird dichotomy of more people coming to market. New listings for Travis County are 1,400 homes for January approximately. That's up 600 homes from new listings the prior month. And in Williamson County, we're at 892 new listings in the month of January. That's up 300 homes from the prior month in December. And so closings are going down, listings are mounting, and yet pendings are going up. So what's that mean? Man, that's tough to decipher, because more people are putting their property on the market, and more people are taking action. So we have a tale of two cities here, right? There's some things that are pointing in the direction of things getting worse, and some things pointing in the direction of things getting better. And yet at the end of the day, the market is continuing to suffer. We still are seeing depreciation overall. And what should I do? if I'm a buyer or seller right now. Okay, we'll get to that. So one more piece of data I wanted to look at, which was months of inventory. And for both of those, Williamson and Travis County, both of those are up. 2.4 months of inventory in Travis, 2.6 months of inventory in Williamson County. And by the way, that still is considered a seller's market. 2.5 months supply is considered a seller's market, yet depreciation is happening. So obviously it's clear that you don't need a 6 months of inventory for depreciation to occur. The buyer's sentiment is that they feel nervous and anxious with some of the dynamics of the market. Let's jump into interest rate right now. Interest rate mid-February here has nudged upwards 6 3/4-ish, depending on loan type and down payment and credit. So whenever some of y'all ask the question, what's the interest rate? Look, that is such a loaded question based off of how much money you're putting down, what size of the loan you're taking out, what type of loan you're taking out, your credit score. And so then there's never a templated answer to where's the interest rate right now. Okay, just some inside scoop for you people that are a little bit newer to the real estate game or have been around the real estate game and don't realize that question is kind of loaded. All right, so the interest rates got as high over 7.25% a few months back. We dipped down below 6% within the last 45 days, and here we are back up again in the upper sixes. And so there's some volatility in the interest rate right now, and people having some apprehension and anxiety around that, with the Feds talking about continuing to raise the borrowing basis points another 0.75%, because look, inflation still needs to come down, they feel, in the words of the Feds. So we have not yet, I believe, felt the full ramification of the prior interest rate hikes, the borrowing rates for banks, where they continued to raise the borrowing rates for banks, and the mortgage rates actually went down. Don't ask, okay? It happened. And now we're seeing just right now interest rates begin to nudge upward. The Fed's talking about continuing to raise the borrowing rates between banks, and so we probably could see interest rates continue to go upwards while inventory falls. Now, we peaked at 11,500 homes just 60 days ago, and as of right now today, we're just at literally 9,000 homes on the market. So we're down 1,500 homes over the last 45 to 60 days. And with inventory down, I think there's still an opportunity for sellers if they're positioned right, if they have the right marketing, if they have the right price point to be able to sell quickly, because the longer you're on the market, the worse off you are. And while you may not be pressed to sell the property in a quick time frame, the longer you're on the market, look, the worse off you are while we're still experiencing some depreciation. So with the inventory being down, there are less options. And yet we are seeing, because prices are falling, this being a priority for you to be able to really make sure that you're in the right relationships and have the right strategy to be able to sell faster. Especially now that we saw just in the last couple of weeks, interest rates back up on the rise, and it looked like maybe interest rates could continue to be on the rise. So buyer beware, seller beware, actually, with what you're doing to make sure that your property sells faster. Okay, should you buy a home right now? Now look, depends. Depends on if you really need to buy a home right now. If you don't need to buy a home right now, then yeah, I would maybe wait to see what happens with the end of the first quarter, because we may bottom out in the first to second quarter. And if you don't have to buy a home, maybe you shouldn't buy a home. If you are thinking that maybe this is more speculative and that you may own a home less than 3 to 5 years, then maybe you shouldn't buy a home. However, if you think that you're buying a home for the long term and you're going to live in this property for a longer period of time, 5, 6, 7 years plus, then look, if you can afford it and it makes sense because you don't want to live in an apartment anymore, or you're moving from out of the city or out of state and you want to invest in real estate and the payments make sense for you right now, then maybe it is a good time for you to buy. Because look, hey, you cannot time the market. Timing the market never works, and more people lose in speculation trying to guess what the exact right time to buy in a market is than people who just go ahead and buy when it makes sense for them and because they can afford it. And talking to a professional, a lending professional, and a real estate professional to figure out where you're at and what it means can give you a lot more clarity on it may be the right time to buy or not. Now, if you're a seller, should you sell right now? The answer is hell yes. Look, you should be selling sooner than later because we probably are going to experience another 5 to 10% depreciation in my mind, based off of what I see with interest rates likely continuing to go higher. And hey, look, don't wait till spring. The market's not going to be better in spring. We just experienced 4% depreciation in Travis County in 1 month. That could easily happen again. We could easily experience another 10% in depreciation. Hey, if you got $1 million property, that's $100,000 that you could lose in just a matter of 60 days. If you're a $500,000 property, that's $50,000. We've already seen it, by the way. We've already experienced people that we had conversations with prior and who unfortunately decided to wait or decided to try out listing higher and it didn't work and they needed to sell. And now look, they are $50,000 in the hole of where they could have sold 60 days ago. So look, if you're a seller and you need to sell, then look, sell right now, because there's no better time to sell when values are going down than right now. Unless you can afford to hold the property for a minimum of 3 years, because let's look at this already. Travis County's gone down 24% since last May. How long do you think it's gonna make up that 24%? If we don't go down any further in the greater Austin area, how long will it take to make up 24%? Now, look, 1 year ago, 2 years ago, we can make up that 24% in 1 year. But look, that's not what's happening right now with the interest rates and with momentum. It could easily take 3, 2, 4, or 5 years to make up that 24% or more that we're going to lose in the next couple months here. So look, if you need to sell within the next year or so and you're thinking about it, maybe you should have a conversation with a professional around getting your property sold sooner than later. If you can hold. Don't do it. Sit on your asset. It's a cash bearing, you're getting cash flow on it. The income is a good thing for you. You don't need to do it. Then maybe you should not sell your home right now. But look, the next few months, and right now would be the summary of what's going to happen with the market. Look, the market's going to experience a little bit more pain. There are economic factors for people who are much more intelligent than me that we're going to see some more economic pain. And with the likelihood that interest rates are going to go up further and that we're going to continue this momentum of anxiety and apprehension and some fear around lending, is that there's not going to be a bright sunny day coming soon to the lending world. And so while we may catch a dip in the market in regards to interest rates and them being better for a few weeks, which just happened, we caught a great dip where we peaked up at 7.5. We dipped down to below 6, 5 3/4. I even saw some people at 5.5. Man, that was great. People locked in and it was fantastic. Could probably see a little bit more of that in the upcoming months. But look, again, if you're trying to speculate and time the market, don't do it. Don't do it. It's a recipe for losing money. Even people who are in the market every day trying to figure it out just can't predict what will happen. So look, hey, your vision, our mission, the Vision Realty Group in Austin, Texas. Hey, we love having these conversations with people, even if it's just trying to figure out what's going on and get a little bit more understanding in regards to your position. People are calling us every day and we love providing that information, that inside market information that could absolutely bring you a little bit more clarity around what's going on so that you have a better understanding on what's best for you. Hey, your vision, our mission, Vision Realty Group. Stay tuned.